Hey everybody, this is Jason, zombie collector extraordinaire, and I decided to do another binder video, and this is going to be a solitary player, Nolan Ryan. You may have heard of him. He was a really good girls softball pitcher back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. He has a few awards. We're going to kind of discuss those as we go. So I'm just going to go through this. I've spent the better part of the morning kind of quasi putting them together. The binder, I had a binder I picked up from my parents' house a few months ago that had a bunch of Ryans from my childhood, which you're seeing now. And I put them together with the Ryans I've been collecting since I got back into collecting. And so this is kind of a joint venture, a bringing together of two worlds, if you will, of 8-year-old, 9, 10, 12-year-old, whatever, Jason, and 30 into 40s Jason collection. Now, I'm trying to move a little bit quickly through this stuff because I'm sure a lot of you all know this is a set that was, I think, created by Pacific. I don't know if I have all the cards of the set. And then they made, I think, a couple different variations of it as well. So I'm kind of just moving through it at a decent clip, just so I can say, hey, I did it. Try not to be blurry or whatnot here. So I hope you all enjoy this. I've noticed some of these cards I have in a direction I don't like. I need to go back in. Like, I like to have the cards flipped from the other side. That's a personal. Oh, I guess in this one I can't because the wording, it'd be upside down. So I guess it is what it is. But there he is. There he is. Great moments in 1989. It's him sitting on a bench with a headset on. That's a great moment. I would consider this as more of a great moment. Well, look at there, number one draft pick, Dan Smith, next to some schmuck. I don't know, some guy who's probably on his last leg in Major League Baseball. I mean, he's probably showing, Dan Smith's probably showing that old man who's boss. There he is right there, acknowledging the fans. That's his one fan right there. That's who he's acknowledging. I mean, the kid, if he could at least look at the kid in the eye and be like, hey, thanks, buddy, for coming out here with me. You know, but no, he's just kind of like doing the, what do you call that? The one with the movie, May the Odds Forever Be in Your Favor. Kind of like wave. I can't even remember the movie because it's so terrible. There he is. That's the kind of Hall of Famer you're looking at. A guy throwing a football in a baseball outfit. Real smart. Then we get some underwear action right here. We got a little bit of underwear action for Ryan's routine. That's for all the ladies out there. There we go. Who knew that American League pitchers had to take batting practice? These guys are real Einstein, let me tell you. Real Einstein. Here's a very iconic image of Nolan Ryan. Real gamer. Bleeding all over his jersey. Nowadays, you would think back then they would be as well as concerned. But, you know, he was Curt Schilling before Curt Schilling. Curt Schilling came out with a little ankle bleeding or whatnot. I mean, you know, Nolan Ryan's like bleeding from the face. And he's bleeding so much it's all over his jersey. All over his probably glove. He probably ended up using some of the blood for some of his pitching. The ball's probably covered in blood like it was a scene from the movie Saw. Here he is riding a horse onto the field because that's what people from Texas do. Perpetuating stereotypes. Oh, I was just joking about it. Here he is actually on a horse in the middle of the field. Oh my gosh, dude. Seriously? They're probably building a wall right now around that stadium. And then here we go. And then I got a couple of these from like these. As you can see, these have 27 on it. I only have 2 of those, and then this is a whole other set. It doesn't have the 27. So as we were talking about now we're going to get into some variety. So a lot of these, like I said, a lot of these first couple pages are going to be cards from my childhood that I collected when in the 80s and 90s. So you can kind of see a big grouping of it. And then here's a Coca-Cola series. I have most of the cards. Obviously, the spots that I'm missing, I do not have the card. And I have a couple of sealed packs. I didn't want to break the sealed packs. I'm just hoping I come across them somewhere so I can have them, the ones I'm missing. But anyways, that's the... I feel like it's like a 30 card series or 26 cards. So it's 26 cards. So I have a smattering of them. And then there's the last 2, so I almost jumped the gun. So then we're going to get into some Upper Deck. 300 wins. That's a nice one. Car's trying to escape. Get back in there. Get back in there, Nolan. Don't you dare try to get escape. Then that top set that they released, the first 5 cards, which was cool, of each team. So Rangers, that's his actual base card. Then you have the Mets, the Angels, the Astros, and then the Rangers again. I've always liked this Cooperstown card of Nolan Ryan. That's a very, for me, iconic card of the 80s, of the 80s, early 90s. Here he is again, riding around the horses, wrangling some mucks oxen. I took a lot of here. We all see this. Here they took the. This is what the picture really looked like. The other picture you saw with all the quote unquote fans, that was like put in there. That was some manipulation by camera. This is the actual picture of him and his one fan. No, Hit Club. I like the actual. If I'm gonna have a club, I like to be in the dinner club. I mean, as you can see, this page here I just like to show off the backs of the cards. No, just kidding. Really, it's I'm missing all the first part of the cards from the Upper Deck subset they released. So I need to pick that up. So I have like all the back cards. I have all like the 9 through 18 or 10 through 18 cards or whatever, but I don't have the first 8 cards. Here we have some postcards. The 3 postcards that I have. And we have Purina card. Who knew? I guess his Topps owned Purina. They had some kind of deal. They got to use the actual logo on that card. Whereas you see in a Wonder Bread card, no such logo. And then we got some Kmart cards. Remember, everybody remembers Kmart before it went belly up. Everybody loves their Kmart cards. Then we got a little score action. This card I thought was very iconic growing up. Here's my terrible cutting job I did on this card. As you can see, I completely janked that up. But PSA will still probably give me a Gem Mint 11 because it's Nolan Ryan. There he is again, throwing a football around, just letting everybody know that you can throw a football and play baseball. It is deemed socially acceptable to do both. Here's with his high leg kick. Probably releasing a fart, I would say. Hope y'all enjoy. I some 70s TV show theme music in the background. I thought that, it was appropriate for Nolan Ryan, being a big-time pitcher in the 70s, that we play some 70s TV show theme music. We got some Nolan Ryans here. A little cornucopia of 80s, 90s, and maybe some early aughts stuff. Some Upper Deck looks like I got in there. I carried on some Upper Deck over here. And then we remember the Looney Tunes series that with him. And then you see down here he's with Reggie Jackson. The Reverend Reggie Jackson. A lot of people don't realize he's a Reverend, but he, in honor of Black History Month, he used to walk with people thought it was Jesse Jackson, but actually it was Reggie Jackson. Mr. October used to walk with MLKJ. That's a little known fact. We got a Jimmy Dean. This one escaped food card, escaped. Blue Jacket 66 probably loves my late 80s, early 90s food and beverage cards. Really probably makes him want to eat his heart out. Super probably jealous of some of these cards I have. I don't blame him. If I didn't have them, I'd be jealous as well. Here we're going to start getting into some like wonky, super early 90s, mid 90s where they just slapped the guy's picture on everything. So you start to see stuff like this in the binder. That says gold signature. It's exclusive 1 of 1 I have here. But you'll start seeing a lot of these cards showing up here. It says Future Hall of Famers. They thought back in 1990 this guy was a Hall of Famer. Little do they know they were right. Always enjoy this card. I thought it was a very iconic 90s card of him with the 3 teams. Not the Mets. They don't acknowledge the Mets. How dare they? You got starter and stopper, like he's with old Goose. There he is with Goose again. That was not on purpose. That actually just worked out that way. I did not know that I put them back to back. Oh, Goose Gossage. There he is. Like he's like, oh man, what did I get myself into? I like this Atlantic Fleer card. I always thought that was kind of a cool card. Here he is. Yu Darvish decided to let him be on a card with him. He thought he'd throw him a bone. Here he is wrestling a buck. He ended up punching the lights out of Ventura there. Here you see him with his suit on. This was a typical Nolan Ryan uniform when he pitched. A lot of people didn't know this, but the first part of the game he'd come out in a tuxedo. And then when the game was really on the line, he would change back into his actual baseball uniform. But he'd do the first 3 or 4 innings, at least in, tails, for sure, and a bow tie. Always like this card here, 5,000 K. I just thought it was very interesting. I like those just like weird kind of one-off things. Here we're going to have some more just like just randomness. Stuff I've collected recently and some of the old stuff I had as a kid. So I like this card here. I think these are all Hall of Famers on this card. Nolan Ryan, Frank Thomas, Bo Jackson, King Griffey Jr., Cal Ripken Jr. So I thought this card was kind of cool. This Sports Star card. Like that. And this is a cool little thing here. We got the base card, we got the winner card, we got the base card, base gold card. This is gold. This part's not gold, unlike this. But then we have the base card here. Then I have the 1969 rookie card just kind of sitting in my binder. I know a lot of people probably think I should get that slabbed, but I'm not. You all know I'm not really big into slabs, so I just decided to put it right there in the middle, kind of just showcasing the awesomeness of the vintage cards I have. Right here, I had them sign this in a gold paint pen. So you have that going on here. It's kind of cool. A lot of people don't know about that card, but that's cool. We got some sports stadium news, because why not get some stadium news cards going on here. And then we have this like subset I never even seen or heard of before, but it has like a similar feel to it. So none of the cards are numbered. You all might know more about it than me. Here he is. Little known fact that he was a mutant from the X-Men. They called him Multiple Man. He could break into at least three different people. Comes in handy. Oh, here's another one. Apparently I just put doubles in there. See, even I can make mistakes, guys. See, maybe they're called card multiply. That goes back to what I was just saying about Multiple Man. Wow. It's either he's like a superhero or a gremlin. Don't fret, guys. This is not the same card. Base foil. Here he is, tempting fate. Later on, you're going to see him holding a metal bat in the background in there, thinking that he can channel his storm-like capabilities. Here he is wrestling some pygmy goats. I cracking myself up wrestling some pygmy goats. Sorry, I had to break, was it KFAB or whatever it's called? I had to break character, but with old pygmy goats, I got myself laughing. Here he is in the old dusty ghost town. All they need in that picture is tumbleweed rolling through. Oh, pygmy goats. I crack myself up, guys. Sorry. This is a cool looking card. I really like that one. And then I kind of mixed some of my new stuff that I picked up recently with my older stuff towards the end. Here's a member's choice. I was so witty with that last comment, I've almost got myself all befuddled now. Alright, we're going to close this out. Here we are at a Black Panther rally. Fist up in the air, as you see. Maybe the government needs to keep an eye out on Nolan Ryan. Who knew that he might be a rebel rouser? Yeah, keep an eye on that guy. And then I got two cards, I think, on the back here of Sandy Koufax and Nolan Ryan. They actually were conjoined twins, and through modern medicine and science, they were able to cut away. You see the line here. They were able to cut through this skin graft it on, and then they were able to both become prominent pitchers in their respective leagues. National League and then the American League as well. So, I mean, that's a pretty cool story that most people don't know about. They being conjoined twins and, kind of going through that, family drama that they came out on the other side of it, both being Hall of Famers. Him being, they both took different paths. He became a good old boy country rancher. He became I think it was a used car salesman, or he owns a car wash or something. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed my commentary on Nolan Ryan, one of the best softball pitchers in American history. You all take care, and I am out.